we've remembered the people who have died in World War I.
Over 1,000 school children from all over the city came together to pay their respects to those who lost their lives in the First World War. From making poppies to writing postcards home, the young pupils learnt about the history, the fallen soldiers and how we remember them.
I think it is important to remember those people because they have taken their lives away and risked their lives to make sure that we have a normal life and to make sure that our lives are happy.
And what have you learnt here today so far?
Today I've learned the importance of remembering these people and honouring them and how we do that here.
This is the start of York Minster's 6-week-long commemorations to mark the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I.
We believe that it's important that the generation coming through today remembers in a way, of course, that they can't remember because they weren't around all those years ago, but that actually reflects on the significance of the sacrifice of those who died in the war, and they think about the horrors of war and that there is a better way. And so we hope that this will be the beginnings of laying a foundation for peace in the future.
We thought, a huge part about remembrance is about making sure people remember, and this generation have no links. So we really wanted to do something that we could aim at young people. So that was the idea. It's been very popular. A lot of the schools obviously wanted to sign up to it, and we've really tried to build it into their curriculum as well. So not only is it giving them some kind of educational knowledge, but it's giving them some social understanding of what happened and where we go from now.
The commemorations are hoped to be a time to reflect on the fallen soldiers of York.
It was devastating. 1,471 in all lost their lives, and if you think that in those days the population of York was a lot less than it is now, that's an enormous proportion. And the people of York realised that, and they wanted to make sure that those people were never forgotten. And so they created the King's Book of Heroes, which is a most amazing book. It weighs 9 stone. It's got wooden carved oak covers, and in it are the photos and the names and the service details of everybody from York who died in the First World War. Today we're starting by reading the first 20 names from that book, and then they'll continue to be read through the city at various times through the next 6 weeks, and then finally on the 11th of November, which is exactly 100 years since the armistice, we'll read the final 20 names in the big civic service for Remembrance Day.
The event isn't just about teaching the children about the past, but also about the soldiers today.
It's very important because they've been helping our world and they've been helping us make the world a better place.
And what have you learnt here today so far?
I've learnt that it's amazing to respect the people who died and the people who are still trying to help.
It took over a year of planning between the York Minster and the City of York Council to pull this all together.
A lot of effort's gone into this, not only for myself but from the Minster team here, and to see everybody here, see the young people, and the representatives of the veteran community and everyone else. It's really humbling actually to see them all kind of taking part in this collective learning and experience.
It's a marvellous act of cooperation, but it's also very humbling because actually it makes you think about our responsibility to the generation coming forward, that actually we need to do things like this to ensure that the message of peace is there for the future.
For the next 6 weeks, events will be taking place around the city as part of York Remembers, making sure that those soldiers that we lost in the past are firmly remembered in the future. Abby Walker, That's TV.